Sheheryar. It's a pleasure to have you here in London.
Assalamu alaikum, Ridah. It's a pleasure to be here in London and to be interviewed by you.
Oh, I feel very special. How's your trip going?
So far, so good. I've been overwhelmed with all the love and the response that we've gotten. You know, it's a very interesting story. We were in Manchester about 2 days ago, and Maya and I decided to go out for a quiet lunch. And we thought it was going to be quiet, but it really wasn't quiet because, you know, with the kind of star she is, and
the star you are.
we got you're too kind. We got mobbed. And but it was all love, and you know, it was wonderful to see that people have been following the trailer, the songs, and they know about the film, which is coming out on the 8th of August in cinemas across the UK.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I saw the trailer, Sheheryar, and I really liked it. It made me want to watch the film because you've got all kinds of emotions in it. And first of all, you say in the trailer, you say "Jeet tanha aur ki talash mein." So I wanted to know how much does that resonate with you, especially आपके career की शुरुआत में जब आपको, you know, when you were acting, आप शुरू ही कर रहे थे उस वक्त जब आपको अपना major drama और film नहीं मिली थी.
Yeah. No, I think it's been very cathartic that way, the role that I've done with this one, and it's very interesting, you know, because you know, they say life imitates art, but I guess with this, art has imitated life. And you know, who better than Asim Raza, the genius, to pick up on those cues.
And speaking to Asim, he said he's worked with you quite a lot.
I actually started my career, you know, with advertising. I started as a model, and I was doing that when I was in my A-levels, and then I went to business school. I studied finance, and I graduated with a degree in finance and a minor in marketing. And then I decided to get into this line of work. I did a few serials, but I wanted to get behind the camera, and that's when I joined Asim as an intern. And as an intern, then I moved up as a third assistant director, second assistant director, then first assistant director. Then I produced for him commercials, and then I directed commercials under his company. And then we decided to start a company together, and we produced our first film, which was Home and Jaha. And under the same company, this is our second film together, So we've had a long relationship in terms of working relationship, but more than that, he's been a true mentor, and he's been a guru, so it's an honor to be able to work with him as my director.
That's really great. And you've had 14 members, like,
sorry, I'm going to stop you there. Not just myself, he's been a mentor to Ridah Khan, to Ridah Khan, so all the big names that have come out of Pakistan, that man has been responsible for them.
So you're in good
one
hands.
way or the other.
Yeah, that's really, really great. And we will be seeing Mahira and Fawad, and you're dancing with Meera.
Meera ji, Sonia Jahan, and my leading lady, Maya, the gorgeous Maya.
वो तो हैं, और Zara भी हैं, Ahmed भी हैं. Ahmed नहीं, I will ऐसी कभी मैंने फिल्म की प्रमोशन नहीं की जिसमें Ahmed अली ना हो जाए. Yeah, ऐसे कैसे हो सकता है?
That's because we were just about a day before we were leaving. We were promoting in Karachi, and he hit his knee coming, you know, walking down the stairs. And we were all really worried. He's been icing it since, but I hope I know that he's going to be joining us in Dubai now. He's better, so that happened. But yeah, so he should be getting well soon.
You know, Sheheryar, you have 14 members of the cast in this film. That's a big, mashallah, that's a big number. सबको उतना respect देना frame में. It must be tricky, right?
आपने ट्रेलर देखा है हमारा?
Yeah.
आपको लगा कोई मिस हुआ?
नहीं, मिस तो कोई नहीं हुआ. आपने सब कुछ add किया, but फिर भी, you know, it left us wanting more.
Yeah, so the thing is that, you know, it's always tricky whenever you have an ensemble cast, especially when you have a cast which is 14 members strong, you know. But Asim has always been great, even with Home and Jahan, if you saw, it was an ensemble cast film. So I think that's his genre. He's very good with that. But it's not just that we had them just for the sake of putting them there. It's that every character has a beginning, middle and end, so it has a complete arc, and that I feel is something which is very tricky, and you know, he was able to pull it off, and kudos to him to be able to do that. What you asked me, how is it possible for me to respect that kind of a situation? You know, the best part is when we were working, work was never divided in the way that, you know, this is the leading pair, this is the first, you know, this is the second lead. I mean, we were all like one big family. So you know, and also because with this film we were traveling a lot. We shot in 6 different locations.
Wow. Was it a bit of a holiday at the same time, or too much work?
I mean, if I was just an actor, it would have been, but I was also the one taking them to those 6 locations. So you know, we were on the road constantly for 6 months, all of us together. And you know what they say is when you travel with people, you find out a lot about them.
Yeah, exactly.
So
yes,
you either end up loving someone or you end up hating
I
someone.
don't want to see it tomorrow morning. No way.
So no, you know, and the wonderful part is even after this, we are all in touch. We have our WhatsApp groups. We constantly keep meeting each other. So it's been wonderful, you know.
Yeah, Sheheryar, you know, I've heard, you can tell me if this is true, that your character in this film is almost like a commitment. He's a
commitment phobe.
Yeah, he doesn't want to get into. So this is, a lot of boys suffer from this for some reason. So have you reflected that in your film from society, from what you've seen from the lads around you?
I think generally this film you'll find is very relatable, especially for millennials, but I would say for people of all ages, because the story is of this struggling actor who is a commitment phobe, who likes sweeping his issues under the rug, who runs away from the issues. Sound familiar? It's all of us these days.
Yeah, exactly.
And then he meets this girl who, you know, he falls madly in love with, and he has this dilemma of whether or not to commit. And it's all done on the background of this big, fat, desi wedding, dysfunctional family with a whole lot of light moments. So it's something for everyone, and you know, with beautiful costumes and dances and songs. But the interesting thing is that every character, you know, one person or the other will relate to. You know, the aunts will say, "This is my aunt." You know, this is something my aunt would say. The main characters, you'd be like, at some point in my life, I was like that. You know, so that way it's very interesting because I feel there's something for everyone.
You know, Sheheryar, weddings are such a topic in the Asian society that they love any films that are based on wedding, songs that are based on weddings, anything that has a backdrop, or the girls like to see the jora and dancing, everything. So why do you think that is? Do you think it's relatable? Do you think it's fun? It's what?
And you know, that's exactly what we're trying to tackle, because if you've seen the trailer, my character turns around and says that ये क्या obsession is कौम को शादी का? You know, so
आपको तो सारे पता है, आपने लड़कों का भी सही है, ये भी सही है.
So essentially that's the thing, because our the question, the film asks that question, that why get married? You know, so I but it is true though, apart from with this obsession, the interesting thing is with you know, generally with us Asians and Desi families, weddings are also a time where people get together, you know, where most romances happen, you know, first love happens over dance practices and
when
stuff.
your crushes are all that monster.
So you know, I won't lie, you know, I've had a story or two as well.
Oh, really?
Growing up at the wedding.
Have you brought that into the film? Do you think it's maybe based on a true love story?
You know, my
character.
You know, my character's name is also Sheheryar, right? So yeah.
So you're close. So you're telling us subconsciously, like, you know, without saying it, you're trying to tell us maybe there's a little something. So that shows that how important it is. You know, Sheheryar, I've heard that you really enjoy reading.
Yes.
So, do you make time for reading books? Because I think today's day, not many people read as much as they used to. So.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, unfortunately, we've become, you know, we try to get information in a more passive way than in an active way now. But I feel reading is very important, because it also, not only because of the knowledge that you get out of it, but it also keeps you on your toes, you know, generally gets your mind going and stuff. Unfortunately, during the production of the film and the post-production, I've been so busy, I haven't gotten time to scratch my head. So let me take a second to do that.
And then read the book after this interview.
and right after that, let me just take out a book as well and read it. But no, I've got a long reading list, and I've got a long list of films to watch as well. So as soon as I'm out of this, I'm going to take 15 days to myself, lock myself in a room, and read as many books as I can, and watch as many movies as I can.
Yeah, 100%. You should do that. You grew up in Islamabad. You were born in Karachi. You went back to Karachi. Karachi, Islamabad, two major बड़े cities हैं, और उनका जो हिसाब किताब थोड़ा सा different है ना, Karachi, Islamabad का. तो आप उनको किस तरह, कौन सा ज़्यादा पसंद करते हैं? कैसे experience रहा आपको? And in a way तो आप lucky हो कि आपने वो burger something like that, burger families Karachi के होते हैं. Islamabad थोड़ा सा boring है, I think. 10 बजे सब कुछ बंद हो जाता है जब आप इस्लामाबाद जाते हो. तो कैसा लगा आपको ये जो है?
So I've had a very interesting life in the sense that my mother is Brahui speaking, which is like she's from Kalat, which is a town close to the Afghan border, so she speaks Balochi.
Oh wow, you taught me something.
And my father is Sindhi from Sevan, if you've heard of Lal Shahbaz Qalandar, the mother
So he's
from a Sufi town, so he's Sindhi. And growing up, my governess, my nanny, was Pashto. So the first language I learned was Pashto, and my mom freaked out. And then I could speak Brahui, and then obviously Sindhi because of my father. And then I grew up in Islamabad, and my father was in the Air Force. So I was within Islamabad, which is already protected. I was also within an Air Force base, so even more compound.
Security,
And then I moved to Karachi. So I've been lucky enough to get a lot of exposure all around, which I feel really helped me. But I would say something about Islamabad is that it gave me a beautiful childhood because it allowed me to get into outdoorsy sports. It allowed me to be in a protected environment, but then I got more attention from my parents, from my friends. So it was a nice childhood, and so I'm not going to say it was boring. I'd say if anything, it was a lot more interesting than a lot of people within the city. The kind of childhood they have, it was a very wholesome one. But then when I moved to Karachi, obviously being a small town kid, and I'm not calling Islamabad a small town, but compared to Karachi, it is. I was in a bubble. So the learning curve had to be very steep, and that cultural shock, it was like taking a fish out of water and putting it in the aquarium.
It's amazing that you have that in 2 different cities, right?
Yeah.
Like,
so what that did was that I think I didn't stay in Islamabad long enough that it made me too soft. But I've been staying in Karachi long enough. But I hope I don't stay in Karachi long enough to make me too hard either. So it's always good to keep moving around. I feel stagnation is something that I've always been scared of. So it's been, I've enjoyed moving around.
Maybe you can move to London.
Yeah, why not? London is.
You're getting mobbed in Manchester. So.
London is my favorite city in the world. It's my favorite city to vacation.
I'm really happy you said that. I really think it's the best city
as
well. You know, Sheheryar, having friends in the industry, like being a young actor in Pakistan, and if Pakistan's thriving, flourishing, आपका fashion, music, films, everything. But in a way, competition भी होता है, negativity भी होती है within actors and artists. तो आपकी दोस्तियाँ हैं, आपको लगता है within the industry आप अपने दोस्त जो हैं, अपने जो बचपन के उन्हीं को ही रखते हैं as your close friends?
I would say I have a lot of acquaintances. I have a lot of colleagues. I have pleasant working relationships within the industry. But the friends that you walk in with are friends that you should retain. The family that you walk in with is the family you need to retain. But at the same time, I don't. People always say blood is thicker than water, but I don't believe that. I believe sometimes you form bonds that last for lifetime. And so I have made a few friends in the industry who are very near and dear to me. So it's I won't call it, I feel that's a very negative way to look on it, saying that just keep your friends and don't make new friends.
Yeah, people think that, especially going in when they go to work. And what are your plans for Eid? Because you have the film is releasing 8th of August. You're going to go to Dubai. You mentioned Dubai, maybe.
So right after I'm done with you, in about another 2 hours, I'm going to get on a flight.
Oh my God, take us with you. You're lucky. You're going to Dubai.
I'm even more lucky because I have the gorgeous Mayali traveling with me. So I have amazing company. So I'm looking forward to that.
And you have your wonderful director as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he's on a different airline.
So you're not stuck with. So, Sheheryar, if you've got any message for our viewers, for all the people who are looking forward to watching Parihat Love.
Firstly, Parihat Love comes out on the 8th of August in cinemas across the UK. It's a big family entertainer, and so please do come out and watch it. But apart from that, I would say Eid Mubarak to all of you. And this Eid, I would just like you to spread love and show a little bit of tolerance.